And guess what?
What?
I have watched 5 episodes of Frieren.
About fucking time. How can I get an amen?
Amen. I've been waiting to tell you. I just got to 5 episodes yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
It's good.
Right?
It's really good.
It's so good.
I haven't cried yet. But it's good.
Okay.
But it did pull my heartstrings.
There you go. That's all I needed to hear.
Yeah, I'm just like, damn. Yeah, I like Frieren. She's cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's chill as hell. It really is a good like the openings are they fucking slap. The ending slaps.
Mm-hmm.
The ending is also sad as shit. like the ending song.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just sad as shit. Like it's just one long song and they just cut it for like, when they changed openings and shit.
Mm-hmm.
They just cut it.
It took me through a loop because you know how like in the end where they talk about like the next episode and then like everybody starts fucking talking, and I'm just like, what's going on? Like it's hard for me to like.
Yeah, it's a bit weird.
Yeah, so I always skip that part. Like as soon as I hear it, I'm just like skip. But it's good. I don't have a favorite character yet. I just got to the part where I meet the redhead.
Stark.
There we go. That's his name, and he's a coward.
He's so funny. If I were to cosplay anybody, it would be him.
Real. I feel that.
I feel like you would fuck with Fern more.
Fern is pretty funny. I like her.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say she's like my favorite, at least like yet. You know what? I think I do. I think it's the corrupt priest. I don't know. It's my religious trauma. I just I mean like I'm not simping for him, but like I like him a lot. He's funny.
Yeah.
I really fuck with this guy.
Yeah, he's a funny guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's a great solid like 20.
I just wasn't.
Episodes?
Yeah, I just wasn't expecting like. I don't know. It's because I don't know my predictions because of Himmel. Mm-hmm. I just wasn't expecting him to be like dead.
Well, that's what makes the whole anime interesting is because like it's not like your typical.
He's dead, but he's not gone.
No, like the following the crew to fight like the Demon King kind of shit, Yeah. It's like the journey's already done, and now it's the aftermath of the fucking journey.
Yeah.
So like, what do you do after you accomplish that?
Yeah. What do you do after? Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, but yeah, it's really crazy. But I feel like it's really cool too, and I feel like it just makes you appreciate like the lives we have, because in reality, lives are really short. And obviously, like, she didn't think much of it because she's a fucking elf. She can live for like 1,000 years over that for a long time.
Like to her, those 50 years were just like 5 seconds, basically.
Basically, yeah. That's why she's always on the go. That's why she can't settle down. Because it's boring.
Man, and when you finish it and you see those anime edits on TikTok, man.
Oh my god.
It gets even worse.
Dang.
It hurts so bad.
But yeah, I like it. It's because I finally finished My Hero. So I was like, I promised Michael I'd watch it. So I started watching it, and I like it.
You started like spamming spoilers. I'm like, shit. I had to keep like.
I did not spam spoilers.
Some things I didn't know.
Oh, my bad.
Nah, it's my fault. It's
been out for
a while. I've just been distracted.
The only reason as to why I'm catching up is because the final season comes out this year, I think. Mm-hmm. So I'm just like, I need to lock in.
In October, right?
I think so. I don't know. Anyways, One Piece comes out next week. I'm excited.
Oh, I thought you were going to talk about the One Piece skins coming to Fortnite.
Oh, I'm definitely going to buy each and every single one of them. I'm going to buy you a skin too. So we can be matching. Which one do you want?
Surprise me. You know what?
No.
No, I fuck with Usopp.
Usopp? Okay, that's perfect.
Only because I like his live action kind of part. It's hella funny.
Okay. Because I was like, it depends on what character you want has to show what character that I'll be to go with it, because they each have their own relationships. Mm-hmm. You know? So obviously, if you're gonna pick Usopp, I gotta be Nami. They're both the cowards of the group. But they lock in when they have to. I feel like you're gonna be making a lot of jokes on my story, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, we're gonna need the humor after what I'm gonna go through here. Yeah. So, hello everybody, welcome back to episode 31?
I have no idea.
I believe it's 31.
Welcome back.
Welcome back, everybody.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. We love you. Take your vitamins. Drink some water. It's gonna be another rough episode, because this is the longest notes I've done.
My notes are like 7 pages too.
Yeah. Oh, I was about to hit the 8th page. I'm like, all right. I think
we're done here.
Yeah. It's because, like, that Sunday that we were supposed to record, I was looking over the notes and it was like 3 pages. I'm like, this isn't... It didn't feel right. Mm-hmm. Like, something felt incredibly wrong with having such short information. So I, like, tried digging and seeing what I could uncover, and it just got worse as I went along.
Dang. I swear to God, if you're going to cover what I kind of want to cover, I'm going to riot.
What do you want to cover?
I'm not going to say what it is. Because if you don't uncover it, then that's going to be my next episode.
Okay, I was going to say, you better hurry the hell up then, because...
Oh yeah, so anyways, Michael will be doing true crime today. Mm-hmm. That's what he was insinuating.
Yes. And after getting semi over a sickness for like 2 weeks for me.
Dang.
Like, I'm still feeling it.
Yeah, I can tell from your voice a little bit.
So, like, this is my voice, and I'm feeling like...
Did you go to work on Monday?
I've been going to work all week.
Damn.
I have not skipped a day.
Damn.
I mean, I could, but like, I didn't want to. Mm-hmm. But I just... It hasn't, like, gone, like, away. Like, shaky, and I feel weak. My bones hurt.
Damn.
So I'm like, okay.
Yeah, so last Sunday, Michael was feeling bad, and then I wasn't feeling as bad, but I still felt bad. I was vomiting.
That's bad enough. That's worse than what I was.
Yeah, I threw up. I threw up. I literally, like, I threw up again when I had woken up, and then, like, I was home alone, and I was like, Mom. I was like, where are you? I threw up. And she's like, I'm at your grandma's house, and it's, like, all the way, like, 50 minutes away, and I'm like, oh, damn.
It's like, you know, the funny part was is that when I woke up that day, too, a part of me was like, I kind of want to cancel, but I had already canceled on you, like, 3 days prior, and then I reignited the plan.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't want to do it. Like, I'm just going to stick with it. I'm going to pull through. I'm going to be heavily medicated. I'm just going to fucking go through it. But then you're like, you know what? I'm going to cancel. I'm like, oh, like, thank God.
I don't know. I was like, it's just a vomit. Like, I think I'll be fine and everything. But at the same time, I was just like, I don't know if I can.
I really don't know. I'm having continuous headaches, too.
God.
I really don't know. Like, it's been going on for, like, 2 weeks.
Damn.
It's not COVID either. Also,
I forgot what that disease was or whatever. It was something going around like in January. Mm-hmm. Oh my God, TMI first of all, but it went quickly at my facility, and it's a quick 24 to 48 hour virus where you cannot stop shitting and vomiting. I forgot what it's called.
Hold on. I think I know exactly what it is.
Because I fucking got it, and I was so pissed because I got it on New Year's. So I literally spent my whole fucking... And then, like, on New Year's, too, coincidentally, it was my days off. So the whole 24 to 48 hours of my days off were just for me dying. And I'm like, dude, why couldn't this happen, like, during work so that I could just call off? But yeah, apparently everybody in the facility had it, and we were like so short staffed that even like my administrator was working PM shift and knock shift.
Was it the norovirus?
Yes, that's exactly what it was. And I was just like, Jesus. I thought I was like, I don't know. I thought I was like, that's so weird. Like, why am I... Because, dude, my stomach was empty. Like, I was still throwing up, but nothing would come out.
Jesus.
It was empty. And I didn't eat for, like, a good, like, 3 days. I'm being honest. I was scared to eat.
One of my friends had it, like, really bad. And she was in the hospital for it. Because, like, she got severely dehydrated. And it took, like, a day for her to, like, gain back all the liquids that she, like, had lost.
Yeah.
But still, it was like, damn.
Yeah, it takes a toll on you.
Yeah.
That's insane. Anyways, sorry, that was disgusting, I know. But, like, we're just talking about sicknesses.
Okay. I've been debating on whether or not I should put, like a trigger warning for this one. Just because it does deal with...
If not, you can put it, like, after you, like...
Well, yeah. Like, I'm going to say it right here, right now. And then if I feel like it, I'll put it in after. Put, like, a timestamp.
Do I need to hug Cyndaquil?
You might need to. Because this one does deal with the, like, sexual assault.
I'm hugging frat boy Cyndaquil.
So it's just, you know... yeah, I'll probably put in, like, a time skip for anyone who doesn't want to listen to this long-ass one. Hey, what's going on, everybody? It is future Mr. Butternups here. If you want to skip the story, please go to 29 minutes and 13 seconds. We're staying caffeinated.
But it's empty.
On the night of August 22nd, on the night of August 22nd, 1987, at around 4 a.m. in Lower Plenty, Melbourne, Victoria, Australia, a man with a knife and a gun entered a house of a family of 4 by removing a pane of glass to access the living room. He quickly made his way to the rooms and stood at the foot of the parents' beds and whispered, quote, "Be quiet and don't move or I'll hurt someone," unquote. He then calmly walked to the bedrooms of the children, woke them up, and walked into the parents' bedroom. After everyone was gathered, he finally gave his demands and stated that he was just there for a simple robbery and said, quote, "I need clothes, money, and food," unquote. He then taped the parents' mouths and blindfolded them, and the kids as well, forced them on their stomachs, and took the parents into a wardrobe with their hands and feet tied up. The 6-year-old son was tied to his bed with surgical tape. He then made a call using the family phone, but the conversation was hard to make out. The victim, an 11-year-old girl who remains unidentified to the public, was taken to a separate room and sexually assaulted for 2 hours, which, after, he bathed her and cleaned her up. He then made his way to the kitchen, heated up some of the family's leftovers, and had a cup of milk before leaving at around 6 a.m. This was the first of many victims of the man who was given the moniker of Mr. Cruel. He is a very sick individual.
What the fuck?
Yes. As we go through this story, he is meticulous as to what he does.
Oh my god.
If you need to pause and like step out.
Oh no, I'm fine. I'm fine.
Alright. On the morning of December 27th, 1988, at 5:45 a.m., Mr. Cruel broke into the Wills family through a back door, armed again with a knife and gun. He bursted into the parents' bedroom and turned on the lights. John and Julie Will reported him as wearing a dark blue, full-length overall that a mechanic or painter would wear. Had black gloves and a ski mask, with the ski mask having a white and red stitching with holes for his eyes and mouth. They noted that he was about 173 to about 180 centimeters, or roughly 5'8", with a thin to medium build, with his age ranging from his 20s to 30s, but felt that he was more teens to early 20s due to the sound of his voice. He was well-spoken, with no discernible accent. He carried a bag with a flashlight. I had to translate a lot of these things, because Australia calls them a lot of items, a lot of different things.
Like a torch instead of...
yeah. I'm like, is he fucking holding an actual torch? I was like, dude, that's fucking aggressive.
I love how you say translated, like...
I mean, like...
My trousers.
It's because, like, in one of these, like, they're going to describe... Like, I was reading one of the articles, and it's like he took a child's thong. I'm like, what the fuck? So I looked it up, like, it's a sandal. Australians call thongs sandals. Sandals, thongs. It's...
Thongs?
Thongs. Like,
Like the
yes,
thongs
yes, like underwear.
What?
Yes.
Okay.
And yes.
Okay.
All right.
Interesting.
Yeah, it took me so out of surprise. Okay. Julie began to scream to her kids, telling them to escape. Mr. Cruel told her to stop, raised his gun at John's head, and said, quote, "You're not going to be a hero, are you?" Unquote. He then forced them to the floor and bound their hands and feet with copper wiring, demanding money. He demanded money and to know where the phone was. He took $35 from John and cut the phone line. He then proceeded to the children's bedroom. Sharon, who was 10, had woken up when she heard her mom screaming earlier, but lay frozen in her bed pretending to be asleep. Her door opened and she heard a man's voice. "Sharon," he called her out by name. He made his way to her and shined the flashlight. Even in the article, they said they like put the torch to her face. I'm like, that makes no fucking sense. And had asked if she was awake. Noticing she was asleep, he left the room, going through her laundry basket, and picked up a girl's cream-colored underwear, a cotton knee-length nightgown, a pair of blue child sandals, a plaid shirt, and some white muscle shirts, or wife beaters if that's what you know them as. He then took Sharon outside, where she screamed loudly, but Mr. Cruel had ball-gagged her and told her that he wasn't going to hurt her if she remained quiet, and would return her as soon as the ransom was paid. He blinded her and put her on the floor of the passenger seat of his car. Sharon claimed the vehicle smelled clean, but sounded old. All of this happened within the span of 8 minutes.
I like how, like, well, it's not that I like it or whatever, I just find it, like, that she was able to decipher that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That she was, like, I don't know how to say it, like, because sometimes, like, you're overwhelmed and you don't know, like, what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And it's, like, that's, like, a little thing that can help a lot.
There's actually there's a lot of that here, actually, like, in the stories.
Yeah?
Like, little details that help out a lot. But we'll get to that when we get to that. After several minutes, they stopped and made their way to a house where she was carried to the bathroom and was forced to clean her teeth and bathe. Mr. Cruel carried her out of the bathroom and into a bed where he assaulted her. Sharon could hear a radio as well as 2 planes flying over the house. Although she was blindfolded, she could feel a hairy chest and either a mustache or possibly the early stages of a growing beard. After he was done, he gave Sharon a glass of milk and a stale Vegemite sandwich, leased her to the bed by her neck, and told her that he was stepping out for a bit. When he left, she lifted her blindfold to examine the room and noticed a wooden tripod with a camera at the foot of the bed.
Ew.
Yeah,
What a fucking asshole. Oh my god.
Mr. Cruel returned and forced her to bathe again. Then he carried her to another room where he assaulted her again, making her bathe again and putting the leash back on her neck. She remained there for quite some time, with Mr. Cruel checking in every now and then to carry Sharon to the bathroom, and even gave her another sandwich with lemonade. After all this, he finally told Sharon, quote, "You're going to have to shower. You have to wash yourself really good," unquote. To which he bathed her, cut her nails and toenails, and even flossing and brushing her own teeth. At around 11:15 p.m., he put a bag over Sharon and carried her to the car once again, where he dropped her off near a high school, telling Sharon to not look back at him as he left. A little after midnight, a woman spotted Sharon, took Sharon to her home, and called the police. Sharon was returned home 18 hours after she had been abducted. It's worth noting that the Wills family all went to bed at around 10 p.m. the night prior, but the lights in the house didn't turn off till around 4 a.m. to around 4:50 a.m., meaning Mr. Cruel had been waiting patiently for several hours outside for everyone to be asleep. Some witnesses claim that 6 weeks prior to Sharon's abductions, her 2 brothers were playing near the house when the boys spotted a man filming the house with a JVC video camera. The boys described the man as 30 to 35, balding with brown hair and a pot belly.
I have not heard JVC in fucking years. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's an old story.
You mean like early 2000s or what?
No, like this one was in 1987, I believe.
Oh, okay.
1988. So this one happened in 1988. July 3rd, Tuesday, 1990, at around 8 p.m. Brian and his wife Rosemary were picked up by some friends to go to a party. Their two daughters, Fiona and Nicola, were staying home ordering a pizza at around 10 p.m. and fell asleep at around 11 p.m. Shortly after the daughters went to sleep, Mr. Cruel broke into the house through the parents' bedroom and made his way broke in from the parents' bedroom and made his way into the children's bedroom. He woke up Nicola by tapping her forehead with a serrated knife and saying, quote, "See this here? This is a really sharp knife," unquote. Then he showed Nicola the gun. Wow.
I'm sorry, I just had to. He's just a fucking asshole. I cannot.
You're gonna hate this part. He then said, quote, "This is a real gun. It shoots real bullets. Blows your heads off," unquote.
See this here, Michael? This is a real cynical.
This is a plushie.
It'll diddle you when it's
hey!
older.
Hey! You can go to time out for that one.
Oh, damn. Dude, it's literally... I don't know why, but it gives the same vibes as that one kid, how he, like, threw the basketball or whatever, and the guy catched it, and then the mom's all like, "That child is gonna be a professional athlete," and then the guy threw the ball again and hit the kid in the face. I don't know why, it just gives the same vibes as that. Oh my god, I fucking hate this guy.
I don't think I wrote it on here, but the article for this one, for this particular story, the other sister was saying that the way he sounded was uneducated. like he sounded
stupid.
Like he sounded stupid. I really should have wrote that in here.
Like what? Like talking in like slang or like?
Just like, I guess the way he was talking to them, he just sounded stupid.
Mm-hmm.
That's as best as I can put it. He then took the girls to the parents' bedroom where he laid them on the beds, where he tied up Fiona while he took Nicola to the kitchen, and he took the family's car keys. Before leaving, he took Nicola's clothing, which were a pink and white striped dress, a school summer uniform, a school tracksuit, several pairs of her underwear, 4 pairs of white cotton socks, a green and white striped shirt, a Melbourne Football Club beanie, a white plaid tennis skirt, a school jumper, a pair of blue and green knee-high stockings. Jesus. Mr. Cruel took her and told her the ransom would be $25,000 and he would call her father the following morning to claim it. The drive itself varies, with some sources saying that he drove roughly 30 minutes north from their house, but Nicola was blindfolded so she could only guess how long they were traveling. They arrived to the house, where she walked barefoot through the driveway into the kitchen and had her blindfold replaced with cotton eye pads. He told her, quote, "Keep your eyes shut if you want to stay alive," unquote. He then took her to the bathroom, where he made her bathe and brush her teeth, telling her, quote, "You've got to clean yourself thoroughly. Clean your teeth thoroughly," unquote. He's a bit of a freak too. Like, he is disgusting. Just like the constant need to make them clean.
Like if they're the ones that are dirty.
Yeah. It is disgusting. Mr. Cool chained her by her throat, and according to her, he fell asleep. He had no bad odor like alcohol or cigarettes. His arms were solid and stocky, and his hands felt rough and sort of hairy. He He had fine hair on his arms and chest. She stayed awake the entire time and had heard 9 jets fly by, coming from the right, leaving to the left. When he woke up, he turned on the radio and throughout the day would take Nicola from the bedroom to the bathroom and even to the kitchen. He would dress her in her school clothes and told her that he had a schoolgirl fantasy, and even claimed that he followed her from school.
Oh my god.
Mr. Cruel told her that the next day he would dress her in the tennis skirt. The next day, he did as he said he would. Dressed her up, play fantasies, called her Missy, but after a while called her Nikki, which her friends and family would often call her. At around 5 p.m., Mr. Cruel had claimed he had been out with a friend looking for a spot to drop her off, and apparently had even showcased her to his friend. He told her, quote, "I'll drop you off at a place and give you a change of clothes, and you have to wait 10 minutes, and then you could walk to the police station. I'll give you directions to the police station. When you get back, the police will ask you a lot of questions. You will be taken to a hospital. They will test you. You will be examined by a police surgeon. They'll be looking for evidence to link me to you, and they won't find anything," unquote. Mr. Cruel did drop her off, like he said he would, on Friday morning. She would return home after 50 hours. On April 13th, 1991, at around 8:40 p.m., Carmen and her 2 younger sisters were home when Carmen... fucking hate this app. When Carmen and her sister Carly encountered a man in the hallway. This man was wearing a green tracksuit with a dark blue ski mask and wielding a knife. He asked the girls, quote, "See this knife? Where's your mom and dad?" Unquote. This fucking knife again. He forced the 2 sisters into the bedroom where the last sister was.
Bro wants to be Michael Myers so bad.
He really does. There, he gagged the 2 younger sisters and forced them into the wardrobe. He grabbed Carmen by the hair and told the younger sisters, quote, "I won't hurt you," unquote. He then left with Carmen, who was barefooted, wearing only a nightdress, at around 9:30 p.m. While spray painting the family's car with the words, quote, "Payback, Asian drug dealers, more to come," unquote.
Huh?
Yeah, I don't know where this came from, actually. And it is real. Like, it's absolutely... Like, he did actually spray paint... It's a red car where he did it in white paint. I guess it was... I'm not sure if it was racially motivated for what he did. It sounds like
Why were they Asian? Was that family?
Yes,
Asian?
yes.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, he's a racist too.
Yeah, but I guess it was also like I guess like a drug related thing. I'm not sure. If I'm being quite honest, I couldn't find more to that. 15 minutes later, the younger sisters managed to break free from the restraints and were able to contact the father. The dad rushed home and called the police. A manhunt soon followed with numerous officers put solely on a full-time search for Carmen. The search involved around 160 officers in Victoria and Melbourne. Unfortunately, even with all the manpower, the search for Carmen led nowhere. 1 year later, Carmen Chan's body was discovered in a landfill. She had been shot 3 times in the head. After this, Mr. Cruel's activities went cold and stopped his reign over Melbourne. Over 40 investigators, 27,000 suspects, 30,000 homes checked, and 70 people arrested. But to this day, 37 years after the rape of several girls and the murder of 1, the identity of Mr. Cruel is still a mystery.
What?
There are rewards to those who have any knowledge about him. If you do wish to remain anonymous, you can call 1-800-333-000. Again, that's 1-800-333-000, or go to www.crimestoppers.com.au.
What?
He is still on the loose 37 years later. When I went over this, when I initially first had this story brought to me, basically, it was over TikTok. I'm like, okay, I gotta see where this leads. it leads nowhere.
Yeah.
The site that I had used tried pinpointing. You know how I went over like the jet sounds. Yeah. So a lot of the girls reported hearing planes and jets. So they tried trajectorying.
You might live next to like an airbase
yeah, exactly.
Or like an airport.
Mm-hmm. They tried using a trajectory of several planes and flight patterns. They have a rough idea as to where, but it's fucking hard to pinpoint.
And then what he's wearing probably could have been like a mechanic or something.
He was very, like I told you, meticulous about how he did stuff. I didn't put it on here, but with one of the girls, when he would bathe them, and I'm gonna say it exactly how I read it, quote, like a mom washing a baby. So he
like so much like what like care.
He had a weird caring fetish to him, which is disturbing.
Ew, yeah.
There were leads to a lot of who investigators thought could be him. Mm-hmm. There was one in particular that everyone was for sure, but a lot of the lead suspects were already behind bars, and a majority of them did commit suicide already. So
that's insane.
Even if they were him, we would never know.
Yeah.
So, as much as I hate to leave it on like a mystery unsolved note, it really is unsolved.
That's crazy.
Man. Yeah. And the worst part about it is like the drawings, like the police sketches, make me hate it even more because it is disturbing to me. Let me show you. So you can get a feel as to what I had to keep staring at.
I'm sorry, what the fuck? That's terrifying.
Yes.
Ew.
Yeah.
That looks like something out of a nightmare. What the fuck?
This is Carmen, the last one that he took. Mm. They were all just extremely young. They also think... I know I covered 4 girls.
Was she the only Asian one? Is because she's the only one that died.
So you have Sharon and Nicola right there. And then Carmen right there. So with Sharon and Nicola, they have a $100,000 reward. And then for Carmen, hers was originally $100,000, but then they raised it up to $1 million for the rewards. It's still 37 years later. Like this year makes 37. I think they had the anniversary like a couple months back, but he's still wanted for sure.
Yeah. It's
just hard to know where the hell he went. This is also like another one too that they say, like another sketch.
That's scary. Oh yeah, I feel like the last one definitely has to be racially motivated.
I think so.
Because there's no fucking way that...
One of the things I also hated too is that there's an article by a newspaper article from The Sun over in Australia. The reason why they call him Mr. Cruel was because they said his crimes were super cool and cruel. Which I don't know why they would fucking say that.
That's disturbing.
And it really is. I'm going to tell you guys like the main site I used, which was storymaps.argus.com. So it listed a lot of the information, but also a very detailed and 3D map of the areas.
Oh.
Even listing like common where he might be, and then like common area grounds where he might have scoped them out, because apparently he was a patient person, like waiting for like hours to actually fucking strike. Because I don't know, it was disturbing. Just a lot of this was just disturbing to read.
And then like, what makes it even sad, well, like what makes it even more sad too is that one of the girls noticed that there was a camera, right, with the tripod.
Yeah.
So it's out there somewhere.
They have reason, obviously, to believe that he might. Obviously, was posted probably to like the dark web, but the person that he had supposedly met up with, like a friend that he was also showcasing to one of the girls, was a friend that he knew from the dark web. Apparently, I can only go off of what I've read and what I know. So a lot of it is also speculation.
Yeah.
So again, if you want to look at it, it's storymaps.arcgis, so it's ARCGIS.com. And kind of gives a little bit more.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was terrible.
Yeah. Yeah. It really was.
You see this knife? This is a real knife. Dumbass.
I really
suck.
I know.
Fucking hate people, man.
It's gross.
Man, and I gotta bring up the sillies, man. Not on that case, but in this thing that I'm gonna cover. I'm gonna be talking about a woman.
Mm-hmm.
Her name is Elizabeth Clare.
Cleo?
Huh? Claire?
Cleo?
No. And I'm gonna be talking about aliens.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You've got my interest.
Uh-huh. Alright. Where is it at? So I watched a YouTube video. That's where I got most of like my information.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I would look at like articles and it wouldn't show too many things because this thing happened like the 50s and stuff like that. So they have like some newspaper like clippings, but it's just not too much. Like she wrote a book too about her encounter, and she was going to write a second book, but she died before she can finish writing the second book.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So Elizabeth Clare was born on July 1st, 1910 in Moy River, Natal, South Africa. She was the youngest of daughters. $3.
Youngest of $3.
Of three daughters, born to Samuel Bancroft Willett and Florence Willett. Her father was a veterinary surgeon and her mother was a homemaker at Connington Farm near the town of Rosetta. When Elizabeth was 7, she and her older sister, Barbara, claimed to have experienced the first of many UFO sightings. She claimed to have seen, quote, a pearly silver metallic disc-shaped craft, unquote, as it swooped down over them as they were feeding their Sealyham puppies in the yard by their house. I don't know if that's a breed. Probably. At that time, a giant asteroid was seen orbiting and rotating high above them in the atmosphere. In an instant, the craft rushed to the asteroid, navigating it northwards as it left a dark-colored smoke trail behind. A few months later, Elizabeth would claim to have seen another UFO as she was helping a Zulu farmhand named Ladam with chores. And
wait, what? What was the name?
Ladam?
Oh, okay.
Or Ladam? I don't know.
No, it's because I thought the name was Ladam with chores.
No, she was helping the farmhand named Ladam with chores. Eventually, Ladam, or it's Ladam. Ladam.
Ladam. We'll stick with Ladam.
Ladam. She began telling Elizabeth native folklore of both crafts and beings that visited their land in ancient times. After moving, this is her like later on. After moving to Florence, Italy, Elizabeth graduated at Grifton College after majoring in meteorology. She formed the polo team in 1932 along with her sisters and a woman named Maureen Taylor, and this would actually become the first official women's polo team in South Africa. Yep.
All right.
In 1932, she also married William Stanford Phillips, her first of 3 husbands. She would give birth to a baby girl named Marilyn in 1933. Phillips was an accomplished aviator and shared his love of flying with her, and she too became an aviator in their Leopard Moth aircraft. During a 1937 flight from Durban to Baragwanath, the couple observed a saucer that approached them parallel to their plane and then flew off. They were both left speechless as to how or why that happened, and this encounter made Elizabeth interested in the use of hypnosis and telepathy and how to enhance her psychic abilities. Then after this, World War II started, and she held a position in the RAF, which is the Royal Air Force.
Mm-hmm.
But after that, in December of that was just like a little fun fact. In December of 1954, this is where it gets like a little bit like juicy. Alright, this is finally when she gets to meet the alien. In December of 1954, her sister wrote to her saying that the native Zulu people were reporting sightings that they were calling a lightning bird in the sky. And because of this, Elizabeth would end up returning home after an intense feeling of being called there by some unnamed force. The following day, she made her way to Flying Saucer Hill, where she witnessed a flying craft descending from the sky about 9 feet or 3 meters from the ground. The craft released a soft humming sound and noticed the hull of the ship spinning while its central dome remained still. When she looked up, she saw 3 portholes, and one had a light-haired human like spaceman, and she claimed they locked eyes.
Romantic.
Yeah. She then said that it left just as quickly as it came, and there was nothing more than an intense heat which prevented her from examining the site more closely. 3 years later, in April 1956, she once again felt called to the same hilltop. The native Zulu people had once again reported sightings of the mysterious Thunderbird again, which left the community frightened. Elizabeth didn't tell anybody about this feeling, and she went to the site again and saw the same strange aircraft. It's not clear if it's like the same spaceman, but I'm just assuming it was.
Mm-hmm.
And she compared him as elusive, and his name is... The person pronounced it as Akon, but his name looks like Akon.
Let's stick with Akon. That sounds good.
Smack that. I was just like, when it said Akon, I was like, how do I spell that? And then I looked at the subtitles, and it was spelled A-K-O-N, and I was like, Akon. I was like,
Akon.
This dude's Akon.
So Akon's an alien, huh?
Yeah. So, and she eventually followed him inside the ship. And I'm like, does this lady not believe in, like, stranger danger or, like, whatever?
Mm-hmm.
Like, come on. And, she says the spacecraft was roughly 60 feet in diameter, and it was a scout ship. Akon introduced her to his second pilot, who she described as stockier and darker skinned than himself. Both described their home planet named Metin to Elizabeth, and shared that they worked as what we would call botanists and astrophysicists. Yeah. The craft started to take off to Metin when Elizabeth still inside, and she describes looking at Earth with the window lens on the floor of the craft. She also explained how she couldn't feel any movement inside and that there was no sound other than that constant low hum. They were then transported to a giant cigar-shaped mothership, and inside was a beautiful lush garden, and Akon introduced her to the inhabitants. If things couldn't have gotten any weirder, Akon explained that their meeting was not accidental, and that she was the reincarnated Venusian partner and soulmate of his.
Aww. You tell her, Akon.
He explained that it's not uncommon for his people to be reborn on Earth to help uplift the Earth and its people. He also elaborated that the offspring strengthened their race with the infusion of new blood.
Okay. Weird way.
Akon also said that there were many Venusians currently living among humans on Earth, and nobody has noticed because they closely resembled each other. I actually have a photo of Akon if you want to see. She painted a photo. She painted what he looked like.
I swear, if you just show me Akon, I'm gonna lose it.
No, this is him.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's not Akon.
It's definitely not Akon. Look at.
Okay. He looks more like a Viltrumite. That white right there.
I mean, hey, it checks out. Aliens.
Yeah.
She also had a statue of him made.
What?
A sculpture, yeah.
Really?
I'll go on that like later. On April 30th, 1956, it was documented that multiple people saw a steady red glow resting on top of the hill from 6 p.m. to 2 a.m., yet they were not able to find the source. On July 17th, 1956, Claire, or aka Elizabeth, I'm just going to say Elizabeth, she returned to her family's old house and claimed to have taken 7 photos using her daughter's small, compact, like, brownie box camera.
Brownie box?
I'm assuming it's, like...
Just a small camera?
Like, that was, like, inside, like... You know how they would have, like, little toys inside...
Yeah.
You know, I'm assuming it was just like that.
Okay.
And she took a picture of a silver disc-shaped craft darting silently across the sky on top of the farmhouse. I also have a photo of it that I want you to see. And a lot of people are trying to debunk it.
It's gonna be something so silly.
But this was the 50s, so I don't know how you can fake it.
I mean, like... I get it. At the same time, it's kind of clear. Like, it's really clear.
Yeah, and I'm just like, why is the background smoky, like foggy?
Grainy. It's
grainy, yeah, you know what I mean? But
yeah.
the middle is clear. Like, I can find other photos too.
You know what it kind of looks like? Like a thumbtack just, like, pressed up against a piece of paper. And then they took the photo.
A lot of people say that it's like a hubcap. You know what a hubcap is, right?
Maybe?
It's like in those old cars. You know how they would have, like, that disc, like, on the hood?
Okay, yeah.
That's what a hubcap is. I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
God,
but a lot of people are saying that, like, she doctored it and she tossed the hubcap and then took a picture.
Mm.
But a lot of people are gonna be like, that's a little hard to do.
Yeah, no, the cap would have to be far to get that kind of...
and then supposedly she's, like, not the tallest. It didn't give her height, but she wasn't pretty tall. Mm. So, let's see. She remembered seeing a light flashing beforehand that disappeared as the craft zipped away out of sight. Investigative ufologist Edgar C. Sievers from Pretoria spoke a long time with Elizabeth and her family, who agreed that Elizabeth is too short to fake the photos using a hubcap thrown in the air, and it would be impossible to do so while taking photos at the same time. It was also backed up because there wasn't a hubcap that resembled the UFO in the photos.
Okay, so that... To me, that kind of clears that out.
Yeah.
Okay.
In addition to her daughter and son, she also mothered another son named David, born in 1949, with her second husband, Paul Claire. Elizabeth's last child, though, was conceived with her in Akon, who took her to the highest plateau and Kathkin Pink on a romantic day-long rendezvous.
See, that's how high the bar is set right there.
Exactly.
Another being from a different planet coming down and swooing you with words saying, "You are my reincarnated soulmate."
Yeah.
Let's get it on.
That day, he also gave her a silver ring and said that they would enhance the couple's telepathic connection.
Aww.
And informed her that she was now carrying their unborn baby.
Oh. In
her book, she says, quote, "I surrendered in ecstasy to the magic of his lovemaking."
I didn't know Akon got it like that. Right.
"Our bodies merging in magnetic union as the divine essence of our spirits became one."
You know what? When...
That goes hard.
When... That not only does that go hard, but that's also me when, like... Ever gotten one of those, like, 16-ounce soda cans? So, like, I bought one recently, like, Dr. Pepper. I bought a shit ton of those. I had it in the freezer, like... Hell yeah. Before it gets to, like, that slushy part. So it is crisp, cold.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what that feels like.
Yeah. I actually wanted to start reading the book because I read that. I think I am gonna read it. I will definitely read the book because of that quote.
It just
I hope that book has them fucking.
It's just
I doubt it, but I want it to be them fucking. I want her to tell me exactly what her and that alien did.
It's just sci-fi smut.
That's why I'm like that's why I texted you. I was like, this lady is just, like, I want to be this level of Delulu. Honestly. Honestly.
Good for her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't be surprised if next week I'll be like, I met an alien that looked exactly like Bakugo Katsuki. And we got it on.
Hey, yo. Oh my god.
Anyways. Leon Kennedy.
Oh.
Bro.
Shirtless with a thong on, yeah.
Yes.
Wait. Yeah, continue.
What?
What? Oh, I didn't say that. What?
After driving once more to Flying Saucer Hill at the end of her pregnancy, both Elizabeth and her car were transported back to Meton. It orbited Proxima Centauri in the nearby multiple star system Alpha Centauri.
That's far as fuck.
Then she gave birth to her alien baby named Ailing.
Alien.
Mm-hmm.
We alien.
Basically.
She's not a very creative woman.
During her approximately 4-month stay, she said that there was a sense of peace and camaraderie. I could not find anything of her missing for 4 months. Because
Really?
I'm like, she had a fucking husband. Or I don't know if they were divorced at the time.
Mm-hmm.
But like, she had fucking kids. Where were her kids?
Nobody noticed that.
Yeah.
She could have been gone.
Yeah. Yeah, so she felt that there was a sense of peace and camaraderie. Camaraderie, my bad. Going back to her book, she says, quote, "There were no cities or skyscrapers as Earth people know them anywhere on Meton. Homes were scattered in park-like grounds, and there was an abundance of all things needed by civilization, such as food, water, and all building materials for building, no shit, and an unlimited supply of energy from the from the atmosphere."
Just shit talking
for the universe.
on her own account like that.
There was no shortage of any kind and no monetary system at all.
Nice.
Elizabeth said that she would have loved to stay there for the rest of her life, leaving her children behind. Girl.
That is wild.
Yeah. But unfortunately, the heat radiating from the planet caused her heart to weaken. Weaken, my bad, I said weekend. She then described it was best to return. She then decided, I can't read today. She then decided that it was best to return back to Earth and leave her son and Akon behind. However, she claims that they still returned to Earth and visited her during the remainder of her life. And I'm like, this is why I think that it's false, because if they're soulmates, obviously, like, if it's your soulmate, you don't want to be apart from your soulmate, obviously. Like, if you fucking love this guy like you said you do, and he fucking loves you, and it's possible for him to stay on Earth. Like he said, many Venusians stay on Earth and shit like that. Like, why did he stay on Earth?
Yeah.
If he's real.
Yeah, just park your spaceship somewhere and...
Basically.
Stay
or have his co-pilot leave the fucking spaceship. Yeah. Whatever, you know?
What the fuck?
Like, that's why I'm like, I wish to be this, like, level of Delulu.
Do you possibly think this is all real? And in reality...
Oops, shit, I'm sorry.
And in reality, this was just all a booty call that turned into a pregnancy. So now he has to come back every now and then just to visit.
I have no idea, honestly.
Can you imagine that? Paying fucking space child support?
It's like, why wasn't it me?
It could have been me, damn it.
Not him, me. So, anyways, later on, Elizabeth moved back to Johannesburg and worked at a CNA bookstore. I don't know what the fuck that is.
So
After losing her sister and brother-in-law. As she aged, she kept busy in the ufology circuit, telling and retelling her love story with Akon and spreading the important message for peace and love to humanity. And then I have, quote, "Don't forget to show the painting of Akon."
Wait, so I want to get this straight. So after all this, she goes around telling everybody, yeah, that sex was great. Y'all need to hear this shit. Everybody, you need to hear this?
Yeah.
Okay. I like it.
They'll be like, oh, okay, so now this is an actual account of somebody that has met an alien.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we fucked. Good.
Can you tell us about your encounter with the third kind?
There was no talking, just fucking.
Yeah, we just fucked.
Oh my god, this is...
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Okay. You ever seen the Queen Xenomorph? Yeah, I hit that.
Just... There was a lot of people ridiculing her and her story.
I would imagine.
But supposedly, like, she took it in stride, and she, like, wholeheartedly said, like, this is what it is. If you don't like it, fuck you, basically. Okay. Like, this happened.
Stuck by her guns.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. So, oh, yeah, my bad. So she took it in stride and continued sharing her account and observations in the Flying Saucer Review in November and December of 1956. Her story attracted the curiosity of a woman named Edith Nicolason, I think. And they would exchange 23 letters from 1956 to 1976. Elizabeth worked on her manuscript from 1960 to 1966 and released it under the title Beyond the Late Barrier, The Elizabeth Clare Story. Ufologist Cynthia Hind interviewed Elizabeth and printed her story in Fate magazine in August of 1968. Kitty Smith, another ufologist, connected with Elizabeth after reading about her in the Outspan magazine. And Kitty also claimed to see that she saw a conch ship herself in January of 1984. Not long after, Anne Grevler claimed that she too connected with aliens. And Elizabeth was adamant that their claims were fake, and she was not shy about it, and she would, like, test them. She'd be like, how do you know that you were visited by aliens? Or how do you know that you saw the spacecraft? And then they would, like, explain it, and she, like, did not believe them. And she would be like, these space beings would never stoop to such methods of contact. And I'm like, who the fuck
do you know?
Yeah, and I'm like, you just, what? And I'm just like, she's a fucking pick-me.
I would have been like, bitch, you just upset you didn't get dick down like me, like.
I'm like, dude. She's just like, no, Elizabeth was the one that was telling them that. Oh. No, yeah, she was like testing them. Okay. Like, just because you fucked an alien doesn't mean that you're better than
about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, calm the fuck down. Yeah.
What a weird encounter. What a weird fucking story.
I know, that's why I said I'm gonna be this level of Delulu.
I'm so glad you had this prepared after my fucking story. This is what we needed.
In 1975, she was invited to speak at the 11th International Congress of UFO Research Groups held in Wiesbaden, Germany, and she received a standing ovation.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. In May of 1992, Kitty arranged a talk by Elizabeth at the Unidentified Flying Object Club in Pietermaritzburg that was so popular the crowd had become too large for organizers to handle.
It sounds like Anime Expo.
Yeah.
Yep.
Elizabeth would also go back to Flying Saucer Hill on anniversaries of their union to commemorate ACON. Then when her third husband, Aubrey Fielding, died in 1981, she spread his ashes there. Hold up, I have to burp. Wait, no, never mind, it's gone. Yeah, and I'm like, what the fuck? Why would you spread your third husband's ashes on there with your, like, where you meet your lover?
Yeah.
That's just weird.
So it's safe to say that if her encounter was true, I think to an extent she might not have been all there. Because that kind of behavior is a little weird. Mm-hmm.
Elizabeth died at the age of 84 from breast cancer on February 9th, 1994. She never finished her second book, The Gravity File. That book was supposed to fill in the gaps of her experiences and provide closure that Akon, her son Ailing, and his wife Cleo, and their son were all traveling the universe in exploration of her absence. Ailing, like his father, was also an astrophysicist. Some ufologists, like Thomas Streicher, concluded that Elizabeth's claims were not believable due to a lack of proof, even though some information was corroborated by, like, various witnesses. Mm-hmm. David Elizabeth's earthly son was asked if he remembered seeing her pregnant in 1958 to 1959, and he said no. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And even though, and like, I wondered too, like, was it like a 9-month long pregnancy too, or like what? Because like,
or is Akon DNA different?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And even though Cynthia noted that she saw Elizabeth's like conviction, like she wholeheartedly believed Elizabeth because of how serious she was, she also speculated that an active imagination from a dreamlike state of euphoria could have been a possibility.
That also sounds like a possibility. Have you seen those videos of like the girls on TikTok who's like I think it's one girl, she has like a plushie like this, and she goes, Bakugo is real. I'm carrying his child. And she's like,
it reminds me of the other. She's like, I'm gonna have a baby with Todoroki. I cannot. Oh my god! I wish to be that level of Delulu.
Oh my
Jesus. She also said that researchers need to stop pushing away accounts from similar stories, as hoaxes because they could actually be legitimate. Because there's like multiple people, like for example, Kitty. She saw Akon's ship or whatever, and then Cynthia said that the ship and she fucked it, Akon. You know, like...
I fucking Akon, dude.
Ufologist Philip Heumann, who was once friendly with Elizabeth before they started to have beef for whatever reason, he spoke out in disbelief of her story by saying that the photo she took is a hoax, and it's of a hubcap being tossed in the air. He went as far as to say that he prayed that her subsequent book would never see the light of day. And it never did because she died before she finished it.
He's talking all this shit about the hood cap thing. Has he tried doing it himself?
True.
Like, could you...
And also, I feel like, couldn't somebody have tossed it and then she would have taken a picture?
Yeah, but then again, it's still too close. Because, like, on the picture, it looks like it's really far. Like, really far away.
Yeah, and that's what makes it weird. And at the same time, I feel like it can't be doctored because, like, doctored or whatever, because this was, like, in the 50s.
Yeah. It'd be hard to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Edith Nicholson also advocated for Elizabeth and stated that she believed that she did have contact with extraterrestrial beings. The only things Elizabeth had was a few photos, a space rock, and a love ring that Akon gave her. And with that, she held true to her story for the remainder of her life. Going back to her third husband, Aubrey, he was completely unbothered by her love for Akon. He said that he was cool with it as long as he was in space where he belonged and he did not give a fuck.
You know what? Good on him.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
mean, like, a part of you would be a little bit heartbroken and be like, damn, like, she's my wife, but she cares more about a guy out in space than me.
And I'm just like, how did she do it with her relationships? Like, especially with the last one. Because it's like, how do you go, going on a date with somebody, like, yeah, so, like...
How do you compare?
I want to settle down and shit like that, but, like, I fucked this alien, and I still love the guy.
How do you even bring that up?
He's all like, I know you fucked an alien, and I know you love the guy, but will you marry me? And she's like, fuck it, why not? You know, like...
I guess.
Yeah.
While I wait for my
It was also on the news that she, like, spread his ashes on...
Also, it's known. Like, it's known.
Yeah, like, I saw, like, a small little, like, news clip, photo of the news clip.
Yeah.
But, yeah, there's a picture of her older. Let's see. And this is the little sculpture / like, little statue she had made of Akon.
That statue is creepy.
It's only creepy because the photo's black and white.
No, I get it. Yeah. It's just creepy.
I feel like he kind of looks like Joe Biden.
Are you saying Joe Biden?
Joe Biden with kawaii eyes? Because look at those eyes, are pretty.
Fuck, I can't... if you took Joe Biden to a spa... Oh my god, like a presidential makeover.
If Joe Biden had his skin tightened.
Yeah, Botox. Lifted and fucking...
If Joe Biden had his skin lifted and you put him, like, in Japan's, like, kawaii photo booth, like, that's what he would look like.
Are you saying Joe Biden's an alien?
I mean, lizard people.
Okay. Yeah, that adds up. I see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that concludes the story of Elizabeth and her extraterrestrial love affair.
That's great. You can't see it, but Cynical's clapping.
Yeah, Cynical's clapping.
That...
Elizabeth was clapping. I cannot. Oh my god.
Wow.
Was it just one time too? Like that's just what I'm like. Did they just fuck like the one time?
If it's just the one time and it had a lasting effect like that, fucking, I need to see Akon personally.
Is he even still alive? That's my question.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Do Proxima
Hey,
Centauri...
at least their son's alive. You have a chance. He might be older.
I mean, if he fucking swings that way.
Alien.
Shit.
What if you're the reincarnated lover? That's some weird...
That's some weird shit to say.
Yeah.
But I also feel like...
I would watch a movie about this.
I feel like I have seen a movie about something like this before.
There's so many shows and movies and books about, like, reincarnated soulmates and shit like that. Like, I'm a sucker for that shit. Which is probably why I want to, like, read the book. I doubt it's a UFO. Like, it's a book of her encounter.
Yeah.
But I so desperately, like, I want to know what positions they did. Like
a whole chapter dedicated.
Yes. I wanna know the dirty details of what they did. How good is that alien? I wanna know.
Oh my god.
I gotta know, dude. No words.
I'm just glad this is a story I picked up.
Thank God I did. Jesus.
Thank God you did. Because the story I had was just awful.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just like, there has to be an alien story. I was like, after you did that sad ghost one too, I was just like, I don't want to do a ghost one. I was like, I need to do an alien. I was looking for an alien or a cryptid encounter.
Oh yeah.
I was actually
we do those.
I was actually thinking about covering like a spacecraft that was seen, I believe, like in Arizona or Utah or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And it's stationed at an air base like close to San Bernardino. Supposedly. I don't know, but it was like very short and I just wasn't as interested in it. But when you Google top like most popular like alien stories, that's like probably like the third one that'll pop up.
Do you think, because like within the past 5 years, the government has been like, yeah, like, there's been some weird encounters of unknown aircrafts that we've dealt with, even releasing footage that we for 100% we know is unidentified objects flying through our oceans. Do you think at one point we will have to look back at all these stories and think this might have some legitimacy to it?
I feel like it's so far-fetched, but at the same time it's just like it's things that you can't explain.
Yeah. Like,
and then at the same time, like, if she would constantly go on the anniversary, like, why didn't she bring other people? Like, why didn't she introduce her kids to their sibling?
If she had a camera back then, why didn't she take a picture of... No, I'm going too far into it.
Supposedly, there was something that I saw, too, that she couldn't give out much. Or that she was, like, threatened that she couldn't say too much.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm like, okay, well, then what are they hiding?
Yeah.
If they're real. That's another reason why I low-key want to read the book just for funsies. No, but for real, I'll try to read the book on my free time. After Handmaid's Tale, probably.
You're going to read it, and then you're going to text me, like, at 4 o'clock in the morning.
If they start fucking, I will take a picture of it, and I will send it to you.
You'll be like, Michael, they didn't fuck! Don't read it!
They did reverse cowgirl!
It was just fucking missionary, goddammit. All this talk for some vanilla bullshit.
He didn't even go down on her!
He didn't even fucking kiss, those assholes.
Oh my god, like Goku. That's insane.
Oh, right, you started doing Dragon Ball.
Oh, I've only seen one episode.
No, that's fine.
Well, it's because then you told me to watch Frieren.
I'd rather you watch Frieren.
Yeah.
It's...
After I watch Frieren, I'm going to start watching Dragon Ball.
Frieren is just too good.
Yeah. I liked the first episode. It was cool.
Yeah. we spent like 10 minutes with Himmel, and that's it.
Yeah.
That's all we got.
Yeah.
Dude, and just fucking love Himmel so much.
At that scene too where she was like, hey, like she's talking to this old guy, she's like, you seem familiar. And then she's like, oh, you're that delinquent boy that flipped up my skirt. And then him was all like, it should have been me. Not him.
He's a respectable kind of freak. I like it.
Yeah.
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 It's such a fucking sad story, dude. The right people, but never the right time. It just fucking hurts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's insane.
You realize that in a few months, it's going to be our 1 year podcasting, right? October.
No. It's already technically been our 1 year.
Has it?
Yeah, last year. Yep. Because we started in 2023.
Bullshit.
Yeah, we started in 2023.
Really?
Yep.
Oh my god.
Very first episode we started in October 2022.
Oh, I'll be fucking damned. Yeah, 2023.
We even talked about like it being the first year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't.
It's probably because we went on hiatus.
Yeah, a lot has happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I came back with new holes. Shit.
The way I stopped nodding and I just looked at you like, what are you saying?
You gave me such a weird side eye. Like one of those like Chihuahua dogs when they like look to the side. Yeah. Exactly what it looked like.
Yes. Oh my god.
But I mean, I can say this part just because it doesn't give anything away. But like I've been tased. Yeah. And so like those metal prongs that enter the body hurt more than being shocked. 100%.
I've been tased too. Consensually.
Same. Just hurts.
I did it myself though.
Was it like the little handheld ones?
It was like the little stun guns. I have one. But they don't work.
Those are more for like pain compliance.
True. My sister doesn't like the sound. Like for funsies, I'd press it. Yeah. She doesn't like the sound.
The sound gets me every time too, because
it's like I don't know how to explain it, but like
it's like PTSD.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, that was.
I think for one of these episodes one day we should just do like an update to stories that we've talked about in the past.
After our updates, yeah, for sure.
Because. You know, I don't know how other podcasters do it, like Em and Christine. I don't know how, if every now and then they'll look back and think about stories they've done. Because, like, I remember the story I did about the artist who made that deal with the devil. Yeah. Every now and then, like, I'll come back to, like, his music and I'll just listen to it. And I'm just like, I don't know. I don't want to say, like, it changed me or anything, but it's still weird to think that maybe... give or take a few more generations and people might not know his story. Yeah. But I know it now. Yeah. And whoever listens in the future, they'll know it now. Yeah. And it's sad to think about it, but it's also kind of nice to bring light.
I agree. Yeah. I kind of still try to keep a close eye. Probably because, like, my For You page is, like, covered in, like, true crime and, like, alien stuff sometimes. It depends. Right now, it's just full-on, like, Bakugo and Shigaraki edits, because I've been on my Hero Brain Rot again.
I have nothing but pure LeBron James edits on mine.
No, but yeah, the algorithm is algorithming. But yeah, once I get, like, back into the feel, like, it'll go back to, like, aliens and, like, true crime.
I just think like a nice like update episode for a lot of cases would be kind of nice. I mean, we could still do like stories and shit like that, but
at the same time, like,
because I remember the missing persons case up in Italy in Venice. Mm-hmm. Was it Venice? No, it was near the Vatican. I remember they were still doing more research on that last year, and I've never checked up on it. And I'd like to look back on it, doing an update if anything's changed. It'd be nice to know.
Well, I have been like sharing it occasionally on the on my personal Instagram and on the podcast Instagram updates with like Mercedes Vega, because I follow her on the podcast and on my personal, and yeah, this dude was arrested and everything. That's all we know. There's like no reason why. Nothing.
Well, that also reminds me. Semi update on the Selena story.
Oh yeah, I was gonna mention that too, but I was like, I feel like that's your thing to mention.
Well, I mean, you could have brought it up, and I still would have been fucking hell yeah. So, an update to Selena's story back when I had covered that. I think it would have been like probably within the first 5 episodes. I think I covered that. Yolanda, the killer and murderer of Selena, she was up for parole last week. However, they denied her parole, and her next hearing is until 2030.
Hell yeah.
The reason being was she had the text. They said that she still posed a potential threat to the public, which was funny because everyone was saying, "Nah, it's the other way around. The public is
a threat
to her," and yeah, no other statement could have been said more beautifully than that.
But I feel like at the same time, she still is a threat to the public because if a whole bunch of people go, like, they can hurt each other, too. Yeah. So.
But it's just funny.
Nobody wants her out.
Nobody wants her in. Nobody wants her out.
Yeah.
They should have just given her the death penalty. If I'm being frank. Like at a certain point.
Is she in Texas or in California?
I think California. Although she might have been transferred. Because I think I remember the story saying like Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Let me look that up real quick, actually, because Gatesville, Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so okay. She's gonna die in prison, dude. I don't think she can last that long.
As she should.
Yeah. And it is insane.
She needs to pay for her actions.
Mm-hmm. Okay, man.
Honestly, if you murder somebody, like, intentionally, like, forever life sentence, like, why does she only get a few years and, like, other people for life?
Mm-hmm. There's
no difference. A life ended because of her.
Yeah.
Maybe even more. How many people, like, committed suicide because of that?
Exactly. Yeah. That's also something to think about. Okay. I think yeah. Thinking about wraps it up.
Yeah.
Did you want to do the outro?
No, I'm good.
Thanks everybody for stopping by. Sorry I sound like doo-doo. My voice
sounds like Akon.
Thanks for stopping by, everybody. It truly means a lot to us.
Our Instagram is Caffeinated Creeps Podcast.
We didn't. Yeah.
We haven't been telling our handle.
Yeah.
But yeah. That's the podcast thing. Yours is Mr. Butternubs.
On Instagram, and if you have TikTok, you can also follow me there at the strongest ASMR enjoyer. I see you smiling at the corner of my fucking eye. How dare you? Laugh all you want.
I love it. And then mine is just Ray Coffin with 2 underscores on Instagram. I don't use my TikTok.
Did you?
I'm low-key thinking about using TikTok.
I was gonna bring that up to you actually, where I can like either post it on mine for the time being and then wait for it to get like a little bit of a traction, switch it over to a different account, and just we'll figure that out. But did you did you read the message I put in the group chat like a while ago where I was talking to like one of the ASMR artists that I had posted on my TikTok? I was just like hanging out one of her streams and she was like gassing me up, talking about like my fucking chest. She's like, "You got great fucking milk cannons."
Oh my god, no!
She was like,
I remember I think I skimmed over it because I was like half asleep.
She was like she
said you had nice titties.
She did. She was like, everybody go check him out. He's got nice mommy milkers. I'm like, what the fuck? She was hilarious. But it was nice to be gassed up like that.
High five.
Oh my god.
I love that.
It was so funny.
How it should be.
Yeah. I think there's no better note to end it on there, but thanks everybody.
So Toji cosplay when?
When I get that V-taper shit set in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you want to see Michael's titties bouncing,
you go check that out. Yeah. If I have to sell myself out, I'll do
Jesus
it.
Christ.
I'll do it.
All right.
Like one of those non-safe for work OnlyFans.
Oh my god.
Just cosplaying like that.
Please, oh my god, no.
Damn, that's crazy. No support.
I'm sorry. Go for it. Go for it.
What if I meet my future alien wife from that? Okay, you don't know it.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Okay. I think we should end it there.
We should.
Bye, everybody. Thank you so much.
If you have sex with an extraterrestrial, please let me know. I want to know the nitty gritty details.
Please tell us in graphic details.
Detail.
Word document.
Yes.
16 size font. MLA format. Double space.
Times New Roman.
Okay, that's it.